Tom, who's going to win this game? How do you see this one playing out?
You know, I see a 23-20 ball game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Niners are going to win. Your guy Pinero's going to have a couple field goals. See, that's going to be the key thing.
You think the Niners are going to hold this Seahawks offense down? I mean, they did week 1.
Well, let me say this. When Darnold is hot, he's hot. And when he's not, he is abysmally bad. That's so true. He's one of those guys. His peaks and valleys are unbelievable.
And he's not hot.
Right now, he's not. And I tell you, the other thing is, it's on sod. It's not on AstroTurf, which is a benefit for the Niners, not a benefit for Seattle.
Yep.
Cleat selection is going to be important. You're going to see players come out early in the game, even before the game, and they're going to try several different pairs of shoes. And then what's going to happen, Grant, is as the field deteriorates, and if you get more rain, more slug and all that, you're going to have to change your cleats and go to a longer cleat, okay? Yeah. You're not going to be able to play a molded sole out there when you're a mudder. You're going to want traction. You're going to want your cleats to grab. So that's another thing, and I think the Niners should be better suited to knowing that sod and that field and be able to be more willing and capable of changing cleats as the game progresses so that they can have better traction and everything.
23-20 Niners. That's what you're saying.
23-20 Niners.
You were right last week. You picked the Niners. I picked the Bears. I'm picking the Seahawks. I'm picking the Seahawks.
You're picking the Well, yeah, I'll tell you.
The Seahawks. The Niners defense is not good, Tom.
I told you how many weeks ago the Niners have a chance to sleep in their own beds for 7 consecutive weeks.
You did. You think they're going to pull it off?
They should. And I tell you,
they're the team to beat in the NFC in your eyes?
Do what now?
They're the team to beat in the NFC in your eyes?
Well, here this week they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you that there's more pressure on Seattle coming down. They're having lost the opener up in Seattle. Now they're coming down here. The weather's foul weather, which is Seattle weather, but the field's not Seattle's field.
Yeah. So essentially, you just don't believe in Sam Darnold. That's fair. That's fair.
Well, I tell you, I have a little bit more faith in Brock and in Kyle than I do in Sam Darnold. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Kyle knows that he's got to be on the ball. Purdy should understand, be who you are, Brock, for the moment, for today's game. Be the most efficient at your best skill sets. Don't be what you can't be.
If the Niners hold this team to 20 points, that'd be quite the feather in Robert Saleh's cap. They don't have the most talented defense, but they are well coached, and they have us. So
the other thing about it that's key, Grant, is I can help Saleh out from my offensive perspective if I'm Kyle by being methodical and matriculating the ball down the field. I need these 10 and 12 play drives. If I can keep Seattle to less than 3 possessions in the first half.
And they did that in the first game.
See, that's my point. Keep the ball away from Seattle. I tell you, this weather condition is suited well for Kenneth Walker, the running back.
Yeah.
The number, I think, we're number 9.
Yeah.
This guy, this is his kind of weather for him to run the ball for Seattle.
Yeah. I got a stat for you. Week 1, the Niners held the ball for 38 minutes.
See?
They were.
I tell you what.
They were 7 of 14 on third down.
See, the thing about it is I've got to play the chains. I've got to play a smart game. I know this is not going to be electric football. This is not going to be some turbocharged EA game where we're going to go up and down the field and
plays down the field. It's just grinding it out. 4,
exactly.
5, 6 yards at a time.
Yeah, and I've got to have that approach offensively. This is where you love to have a guy like a Marcus and a Bo and those kind of guys where I know I can give them the ball 35 times a game between the two of them, and we're going to have 280 yards rushing, and we're going to throw the ball maybe 12 or 15 times. And, I'm going to say, hey, guys, we're going to do what it takes to win this ball game. You can check your egos at the front door. You may not be getting all the throws you want down the field, but until the conditions present themselves, we are not going to put ourselves in peril from a statistical perspective and a game management perspective.
Kittle had a really funny comment yesterday. I don't know if he was trying to be funny. He was asked about the Seahawks defense, what makes it so good, and he was like, well, I mean, just look at our defense. Like when Phillip Rivers was checking the ball down, he was getting like 6, 12 yards. When people check the ball down against the Seahawks, it's like 2 yards. It's like, ooh, yeah, that is the big difference between those two defenses.
Well, here's the thing, though. They're checking the ball down, up in Seattle or on the road and on nice turf and nice field and all that. Now let's see how they have to play on a mucked up field with rain, with wind, with whatever, and find out what kind of footing they have and how well they can change direction against Kittle and McCaffrey, for example, or Pearsall, if they can get him the ball underneath and allow him to have some space to run to be able to create. It's going to be an opportunity for the Niners to be able to show how well they can adjust to the climate and to the conditions as well and be able to execute under those terms.
Too Much Sauce says, should we have confidence in Austin Pleasance? The left tackle is going in for Trent.
Yeah, I tell you what, he played a pretty good ball game the other night, really. Yeah. Here's another thing. Let me talk about this Trent Williams thing. Okay, he's got a hamstring issue. Now, I'm going to say this. We had a great trainer at the Raiders, a guy named George Anderson, who should be in the Trainers Hall of Fame. Anyway, we had a guy, this tight end named Dave Casper, Hall of Fame tight end, Notre Dame guy, had a hamstring issue. George Anderson comes up with this rubber tubing that he tapes around Ghost leg, the hamstring issue, so that he could not extend the leg to the full range of motion. It was like a rubber tubing that you have to, one of those stretch tubes. I can rig up something like that with Trent Williams, where he's not going to be able to open up and run full throttle, but it's going to help him recoil and bring his leg back and forth underneath him, because the tubing is going to be like an extra support for him. And have a stretch band kind of concept to it, which is going to help him be able to play if he has a hamstring strain, rather than him going out there and not having it taped up and not having it rigged like that with that rubber tubing to help him with the hamstring issue.
Interesting. Bill Kennedy says, should the Niners trade 1, 2, or 3 older stars, CMC, Kittle?
I'll be honest with you. Based upon the salary cap implications and all that, as well as the age of the players and their injury histories, I would be very hesitant as an opposing team to make a trade for either of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Their sun is setting rather than still rising, so I think...
Yeah, and they're not going to play better away from the Niners than they played on the Niners.
Yeah, they're in their twilight years. No disrespect to either one of them, but from an opposing team trying to get more life and years out of those guys, the return on investment is not going to be there.
That's fair. Sammy and Pickle says the defense won 4 games with them making a big stop at the end. Our offense won 1 on a final drive. They are not good, but come up big when needed.
Well, it's going to be a test. This game is not going to be a slam dunk. I mean, you're going to have the good, the bad, and the ugly kind of mixed in there, and you better hope that you got more good than you got bad and ugly to win the ball game. And so it's not going to be masterpiece theater, okay? This is going to have some, plays that you'd like to edit out of the final picture. But the bottom line is, no matter how ugly it might get, the bottom line is win the game.
When Kyle... And when Jennings scored that touchdown with about 2:15 left, did you think, you scored too fast?
Well, I tell you, people don't talk about this. Jennings makes the run after the catch for the touchdown, but there was a huge key block coming from the other side that allowed Jennings to go around the edge and get all the way to the end zone. And nobody even mentions that kid's name. You had a wide receiver come in from nowhere. He got off the bus. Huh?
Who made that play?
See, nobody knows. No one gives the guy credit. That guy paved the way for Jennings to score.
He did. Kev TF says best burrito in San Jose. I'm not a San Jose guy. I couldn't tell you. I don't really know. So too much sauce? No. Overseas Niner says Tom and Kyle, compare and contrast. Well, Kyle's like a poor man's Tom Walsh, is what I always say.
Oh, no. You're going to get Kyle's wife upset with that comment. Oh, my goodness.
All right, well, Tom's picking the Niners to win. We gave Robert Saleh and Kyle Shanahan the blueprint. No excuses. It's Sam Darnold. Figure it out. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks, Tom. This was great. I'm glad we finally got you a microphone. I think you sound a lot better. I'll have to go back and listen to it. You were great. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, y'all have a happy New Year. Be safe and out there on the roads if you're traveling today. And,
I got to head down to Santa Clara in the rain. So I'm going to go 12 miles an hour. I'll be down there in 3 hours. I'll see you guys. Take care.